Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south, I'll be spreading out.
What's going on, Credit Snipers? It's your boy Carlos Estrada with the Credit Assassins team. Guys, today I'm excited to be here today because I want to talk to you about how you can increase your FICO score. You got to think FICO score is the score model that most of, or like 90% of all creditors use. Yes, you also have your Advantage 3.0, and if you actually compare them, it's like comparing pears or apples to oranges. One doesn't have to do nothing with the other one. They got different scoring models, and only 10% of creditors out there will actually use what's Advantage 3.0. So this is why anytime they're using Credit Karma, it is an Advantage 3.0. So my advice to everybody, yes, keep track of all those models, all those things. Yes, Credit Karma is a free service that you can use at all times, but concentrate mainly on how you can increase your FICO score, because that is the main score that a lot of your creditors, when you're gonna go get a home, a car, and most of your credit cards will see or will want to actually find out about your scoring, about your credit score. So 90% of all creditors were actually and use today what's called the FICO model. Now within the FICO model, you have different models, 8, 9, 2, 10. I mean, 10 is one, it's the FICO 10 is the one that's supposed to come out. It was supposed to be launched late last year in 2021, which we didn't, but only certain amount of a small percentage of all creditors started using it. And the FICO 10 is the model in which now the creditor will have a snapshot of your credit file for the past 2 years. It's not just solely what you have on your credit score right now. No, they'll see what you had in the past 2 years, and they'll make a determination depending on their underwriting criteria in order to be able to either lend you or qualify you for lending. Now guys, hey, this is your first time on my channel, please do not hesitate to go ahead and subscribe. And even though if it's not your first time, if you keep coming around getting some good content, hey, this is what we put it out there. Free content for you guys to get some help and increase your credit score. Not only that, to take charge of your financial freedom through credit. So don't forget to go ahead and subscribe. Make sure that you click on that bell icon, click on all, so like that you'll be notified every single day. Why is that? Because I come to you every single day, between 1 to 4 times out of the day. We put a lot of information out just for you to gain some knowledge. But at the same time, guys, give me a thumbs up. That is going to help me with the algorithms in YouTube, and it's going to push this video to a lot more people that really need it. So thank you guys. Let's go to see what's the FICO model or FICO score. So the FICO score is a 3-digit number that tells a creditor your snapshot, your resume, or your ability to repay and be lendable. So it is a 3-digit number that will affect your ability to scale a business, to gain some credit, to get a home, to get a house, to get a job, to obtain a clearance through the government. Whatever you're doing, you got to think that your credit is something that is required in this world, especially in the United States. Remember, my saying is, cash is king, but money talks, but credit always holds that conversation. Guys, credit will get you into places that cash won't. So you got to keep this in mind. So guys, so let's talk about your FICO score. Now your FICO score, like I said, is a 3-digit number. So the FICO score, anything between a 580 and below is considered poor. Anything over a 580 and a 669 is considered fair. Now everything over 670 to a 739 is considered good. Now everything between a 740 and 780 is considered, very good. But exceptional is anything over 781. Now this is what you have to think about. So once you get to the 781, you are able to get the type of lending that anybody else can't. Anything over 781 to an 850 is almost considered the same. Anything above that. So when I tell you I have an 804, it is a bragging right, because it's not easy to get there, but it's very possible. But once you get to the 781, that's when you are going to be able to start getting the type of lending that, or the A1 class type of lending that other people want. Now, something you have to keep in mind is over 150 million people in the United States have a 600 or less credit score right now. Guys, that is alarming. And I'll tell you why is this. It's because we don't learn this in school. We don't learn this and when you go to college, kids in high school, when kids go to college, they don't even know how to balance a checkbook. They don't know how to create credit and develop the credit and be able to actually use credit to create more money. And this is why I'm so passionate about this. This is why I want to make sure I talk to you guys and bring it to you, because it's something that I didn't learn. It's something that mom, dad, brother, no one in my family knew. I'm the one that had to pioneer this and start teaching my family, and this is something why I want to bring it to you. Because not only that, I wasn't born in the United States, but it's something that I always wanted to learn about finances. Knowing about credit will allow you, or you could use credit as a vehicle to be able to give you what you want today in life, guys. Whatever that is. But one of my main advice that I give each one of you is make sure that you actually take control of it. You gotta take control of your life, take control of your finances through credit, so that you are able to have a better future. Doesn't matter what you did in your past. What matters is what you're doing today in your present, so that you take control of your future. All right, so guys, so let me give you four tips that are going to be able to help you. So 3 tips that are going to be able to help you increase your FICO score today. Now, one of the main things is you have to think about that in your credit score, any model, but in all 3 bureaus, which is your Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, you are allowed. I mean, the law gives you this right, and the Act of 1970, the FCRA of 1970 gives you the right to be able to dispute anything that you feel is erroneous or wrong or unduly on your credit report. Now, you can remove that too, but at the same time, you have to think about that you are allowed to add positives to it. And when I talk about positive, I'm not talking about trade lines. I'm not talking about going out and buying a trade line. Yeah, I could talk to you about that. But in this case, I'm talking about things that you are already doing. So for example, we all live somewhere. We all pay utility bills. We pay our cell phone bills. We pay our car bills. We pay rent. So all of these things can be reported to the credit bureau. And as long as you are paying on time, you have a good standing, all of your utility bills and all your bills, they can be reported to your credit bureau as a positive, as age, and this can increase your credit score. Now, you're already doing this, so why not take advantage of it? So some of the apps that I'm going to tell you to use, and if what I'm going to do toward the end of this video, I'm going to put the links to each one of them over there so you can take advantage of it. Now, if you're using Experian, and my advice is for you to do it, is free. It's not going to charge you, it's not going to cost you anything. Just go ahead and get a free account with Experian, and you can use Experian Boost, in which you could not only integrate your bank account or whatever account you are paying your bills with, and what they do is they verify when you're paying, how you're paying, and that gives you a couple points. So the most that I've seen is one of our clients is getting 32 points just from Experian Boost, and he was in the high 600, and just by doing Experian Boost, nothing out of his pocket, just by getting a free account and actually integrating his bank account, he went all the way to the 721, I believe. 721, 722, around that. But guys, that is game changer right there, because not everybody had the ability to do so, right? Some of them you have to reduce your utilization. Some of them you have to actually add Tradeline or pay debt. But just by doing that, you can definitely get a kick and boost you up to the point that you actually become very lendable and get some good quality loans and great APRs on credit cards. Now, number 2, you can actually use Rental Karma, Rent Reporters, and one of them, all the ones that I've lately I have found out is called Growth Credit and Boom Pay. Boom Pay, it works just like Rental Karma and Rent Reporters. They also verify your lease for the past 2 years, and they report it to all 3 credit bureaus. Now, I found out that Boom Pay is a lot cheaper than all of them, but you have your choice in between any one of them. Growth Pay or Growth Credit is a card that you pay a membership, a $9 membership per month, but you also are able to pay some of your bills with. So what you do is, and what I do is I put the link in here, but what they do is they allow you to pay some of your subscription like Amazon, like AAA, and you'll say so, some subscription. I put in there, you can go to it, and as long as you actually pay that monthly and you pay the service of $9, they will report to the credit bureau a trade line of $1,800. Guys, that's game changer because that's almost getting like a secure card, but you already paying your bills with it. So guys, get it. Why not? It's something that one of the tips that is going to help you to increase your credit score for free. Number two, guys, let's talk about utilization. So when we talk about utilization, is the amount of credit that you have available and the amount of credit that you are using from that available credit. So for conversation's sake, let's just say you have one credit card of $10,000 and you are using $5,000 of that available credit. That tells you that you have 50% of your available credit. Now let's just say that you have more than one credit card and you have 3 or 4 credit cards and they sum up to 2,000, 3,000 in another one, 5,000 in one, and 8,000 in another. Whatever the amount is, and you actually could make the math of what utilization is. But in order for us to attack that utilization and be able to actually bring it down as soon as possible, I always advise my clients to be able to use what's called the snowball effect. What the snowball effect is when you take that smaller credit card and you put everything you got left after you pay all your bills towards that card. You try to attack it first and get it down to my goal, and everything that I tell you is get it down between 2 to 5%, no more than that. Never pay it off because what you want to do is, it doesn't really hurt your credit when you pay it off, but it hurts in a way that your creditor sees that you have available credit and you're not using it. And they may make the determination within the underwriting, or the AI may make the determination that you don't use credit, so why give you credit? You got to keep that in mind. At least if you have some availability in your credit and you are able to use it or use the minimum amount, still shows the credit, okay, but this person has the credit, we could give them the credit, and that person is going to be able to use it. Because at the end of the day, that's how they make money, by charging you fees. But what you have to do is think about how much of your fees are and how you can put that money to work so that money could bring you back more money at a better return while you're still paying the fees, and you're using what's called OPM, older people's money, in order for you to create what we call also generational wealth. Now guys, number 3, you can add a high credit limit to your credit file. So in this case, yes, I'm talking about a trade line. You could go and become an authorized user on someone else's credit or credit card. Like that, you piggyback of that person's great credit and great age. So my number 4 is going to be age, but let's talk about more on the credit. Why? Because let's just say now you have a $10,000 credit card. Remember, you were using $5,000, which brought you to 50% credit utilization. Let's just say that I bring you into my credit card. My credit card now is $10,000 as well. So I bring you and you become my authorized user. I'm only using, let's just say 2% of my credit card. 2% will be about $200. Now, your new available credit is about $20,000 because you have 10, I add you to 10, that's $20,000. Remember, you were using $5,000, which was 50% of what you had available, which was $10,000. Now that it became $20,000, that $5,000 become 25% plus the 2% that I'm using, you just become a small 27%, which brings you below the threshold that a lot of creditors would love to see you, which is 30%. That alone right there will skyrocket your credit score by 20, 30 points. Guys, that's why becoming an authorized user or even getting the trade line on your credit score is immensely helpful in order for you to get a better credit score. Like that, you get better lending, become lendable and fundable going forward. Now that was number 3, and let's talk about number 4. The same process of getting a credit card or a trade line added to your credit report or your credit file. What we want to do is we want to get the age. So let's just say, for example, I did this about a month and a half ago, in which obviously I keep getting new credit cards, and this is why I tell you that I have 53 credit cards with 0 inquiries. But because I'm getting so many credit cards, my age keep diminishing. Remember, it's how much age I have divided by 53 credit cards. So what I did is I went out and got a Tradeline. But this Tradeline that I found was this person that had 41 years of age with $61,000 available credit. Yes, I inherited the $61,000 available credit for the amount of time that I had the credit, the Tradeline on my credit file. But once the Tradeline dropped off my credit report, I still kept the age. And I got it was because of that. So that brought my overall age of all my credit cards to a 9.2 or about. So guys, those are 4 ways that you can. Now, they could be free. You could ask the person to actually help you with the Tradeline, or an authorized user. If you have a family member that has great credit, yes, you could do that. But you can also buy that service. And guys, if you become a customer, client of ours, we have a preferred vendor. A preferred vendor will give you 75% on all of these Tradelines for you to use. Guys, you can even make a business out of this. That is a business. We're giving you the access, the tools for you to not only learn how to become what we call a credit assassin, a credit sniper. You could create your own credit repair company, but at the same time, you could start creating a Tradeline company as well. You could sell Tradelines because you're getting them at 75%, but you could sell them at a retail price, making money just by investing on your credit, investing on your future, and the ability to create more money by fixing your credit. And remember, you only have to do this once, because you can help everybody else around you, or even create a business from it. Guys, I appreciate your time. My name is Carlos. I am the Credit Assassin. Do not forget to make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you click on the bell icon, and give me the thumbs up, because that's gonna help us out to bring this message to many more people. Hey guys, thank you for your time. I'll see you in the next video.
I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. I tell you get big box, you get yachts.